Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. We praise Allah. We beseech Him to shower His mercy on Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The title of this episode is Al-Janna and Hellfire. Which one is more expensive? Yes, you hear me right. You can say, are they for sale? Yes, they are for sale. Al-Janna is not free. Hellfire is also not free. People will work and earn it. So whichever one you want to buy, you can just pay your money and buy it. Let me start with this story of Abu Huraira narrating his experience about Uthman bin Affan. He said, Ishtara Uthman al-Janna min al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, I was present when Uthman bought Al-Janna from the Prophet sallallahu twice. He bought twice. The first time was when they got to Medina and there was no water. The only source of water was a well belonging to a Jew. They call it Biru Ru'ma. And this Jew was exploiting them, selling more water at exorbitant rates, making life difficult for them. Then the Prophet said, who can buy this well from this Jew? Uthman said, I will. He approached him and the man said, no, I'm not going to sell everything. I can sell half. He bought half. Then he thought Uthman would also be selling, but Uthman declared his own day free. So when the man now noticed that people don't come and fetch water on his own day because they will pay, during the Uthman day they won't pay. So he was now running a loss. Then he said, okay, I will sell the old well. Uthman paid for the well and made it free for people. He said that was the first time. The Prophet was very delighted. The second time was when they want to go on expedition, and it was a very difficult time. And the Prophet called for sponsorship. So people were bringing whatever they have. Uthman came and said, okay, I will take care of 1,000 people. Whatever they are going to ride, feeding, whatever, spending. The Prophet said, oh, who can do more? Uthman said, okay, another 1,000. About 3 times. Then the Prophet said, oh, ma darra Uthman ma amila badal yum. Whatever Uthman does after today will not affect his Al-Jannah. It's going to Al-Jannah. So meaning that you can use your money to buy paradise. For those who don't have money, don't despair. You can also use your ibadah to buy paradise. Even by doing your regular prayers, you can buy paradise. By starting up the night to do nafla, you can buy paradise. This is last 10 days of Ramadan. It's very easy for you to get paradise. You can fast, obligatory prayer, obligatory fasting, and nafla, you can get paradise. In fact, you can pay as less as removing harmful object from the road to buy paradise. In fact, you can even feed an animal to buy paradise. All these are there in narration of Rasulullah, where you talk about how people get pleasure of Allah. The summary of it all is that everything good can fetch you Al-Jannah, no matter how little. Just make your intention very good and do it for Allah's sake. You can see Al-Jannah is very cheap. You can buy it in cash. You can buy it in kind. What about hellfire? As horrible as it's described in the Quran, could it be for sale? Yes, it is not free. It is not free. It's also for sale. People will earn it the way they earn Al-Jannah. And one of the easiest way to earn hellfire is to misuse your tongue and your private parts. That is what will land many people into hellfire. A brother was telling me one day about how much people commit to buy wine, alcoholic wine. He said 500,000. It's 500,000 to buy a bottle. Somebody said, what are you talking? Even 1 million to buy a bottle. Just for somebody to enter hellfire, you need to spend and he will not even bother the money. He will buy it for your friends. He can say, okay, all of you, you should take 1 million. And in the night, he may end up spending 10 million just to drink alcohol, just to enter hellfire. Do you know how much people commit to spend on committing zina? In a bid to make it very secret, they have to search for a hidden place. The man is married at home. He doesn't want his wife to know that he's committing zina. You have to look for one corner. My people will call it Musaf Meto, where people will not detect him on time. And just to enjoy himself a few minutes, he will spend a lot of money. In fact, some of them will even pay dearly with their life because of it. Some of them will pay with their valuables. And after committing zina once, to keep it secret So because it's illicit, it can ruin his marriage. He will continue to pay handsomely because they will now want to blackmail. I will tell your wife, I will do this. Then will continue to pay to cover up. And for you to do it legally, all you need to do is to get married once, and that's the cheapest way to fulfill your lust. But people don't go there. Even if they go there, they won't maintain it. They just want to do that once, one night. And in addition to that, people try to commit the zina and they get infected with incurable disease, HIV, whatever, hepatitis B, just because of this committing zina. And they are, above all, they earn annoyance of Allah. So that is just about zina. What about robbery? People commit, they risk a lot of things. Physical fraud, lottery, it doesn't matter. They risk becoming a prisoner. They risk becoming, they can even kill them, all because they want to make money. People do a lot of things, kidnapping, ritual, and so on and so forth. So all this shows that for people to enter hellfire, they still pay. And what they pay is much more higher than what they pay when they want to enter Al-Jannah. The most unfortunate thing is that our youth are also going this way. They want to live big, they don't want to work. They want to enjoy life, they don't want to work at all. It's a problem. So we need to decide which one we want. Is it Al-Jannah or hellfire? Al-Jannah is for sale, but it's very cheap, especially in this period of Ramadan when we have the last 10 days. We can easily gain the pleasure of Allah by doing little things. Whatever you do during the period will fetch you a reward of 1,000 months. Laylatul Qadri khayru min al-fishar. Just one night will fetch you the reward of 83 years. How many of us can even live as long as that? So we shouldn't lose the opportunity of earning the pleasure of Allah during this period. But as for those who are willing to enter hellfire, well, it's a luck. It's a luck. But certainly, hellfire is not free. Al-Jannah is not free. We pray Allah to count us among the dwellers of our Al-Jannah. سبحانك اللهم نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله والسلام عليكم.